Charles Jenkins!
Yeah!
Pastor Charles Jenkins has long been a pillar of strength and inspiration in his church community. His Sundays are known for energetic sermons that uplift and challenge congregants to grow in faith. But one fateful morning, everything changed in an instant. During what began as a normal service, Pastor Jenkins suddenly collapsed, leaving the congregation in shock and fear. The serene and joyful atmosphere of worship transformed into panic, uncertainty, and desperation within seconds. People were left scrambling, trying to assist him, call for help, and pray simultaneously. This unexpected incident revealed both the fragility of life and the hidden pressures leaders like Pastor Jenkins face behind the scenes. It reminded the community that even those who appear strong and unwavering carry burdens that are often unseen. The collapse in the pulpit. During the sermon, congregants noticed subtle signs that something was off. Pastor Jenkins's voice wavered and he gripped the pulpit more tightly than usual. Many assumed he was simply overcome with emotion, but within moments, he lost strength and fell forward. The congregation reacted immediately, screaming, crying, and rushing to help. Eyewitnesses described the scene as surreal, with a sense of time freezing as panic took over. Some initially thought he had fainted, but the collective fear indicated a far more serious event. In those moments, the sanctity of the church was replaced by chaos, illustrating how quickly life can change, even in familiar and safe spaces. The sudden collapse highlighted the human vulnerability of leaders who are often relied upon to display unshakable strength. Immediate response and medical intervention. Trained church members rushed to Pastor Jenkins's side, checking his pulse and attempting to stabilize him. Ushers tried to control the growing panic, while some congregants called emergency services. Within minutes, paramedics arrived with a stretcher to transport him to the hospital. What had been a place of music, prayer, and celebration transformed into one of tears, silence, and fear. Members followed as he was carried out, holding each other, crying, and seeking comfort. Outside the church, flashing lights and emergency responders reinforced the gravity of the situation. The quick actions of those present demonstrated both the strength of community and the urgent reality of medical emergencies, highlighting how fragile human health can be, even for those seen as resilient leaders. Arrival at the hospital and early updates. At the hospital, doctors quickly assessed Pastor Jenkins's condition. The initial update to the church was brief. He was in critical but stable condition. Family members stayed close, providing support and comfort, while the atmosphere in the ICU was tense and filled with worry. His wife, heartbroken but composed, requested privacy while encouraging prayers. Church leaders visited, trying to provide reassurance while calming the fearful congregation. The lack of detailed information heightened uncertainty, leaving congregants and followers desperate for news. This period illustrated the delicate balance between medical confidentiality and the community's need for reassurance, emphasizing the emotional strain a health crisis places on both families and faith communities. Social media and national attention news of Pastor Jenkins' collapse spread rapidly online. Videos of the incident circulated. Hashtags like #PrayForJenkins began trending, and people from across the country sent messages of support. While many offered prayers and encouragement, rumors and speculation also emerged. Some suggested a hidden health condition, while others hinted at stress or church politics. The online discussion grew quickly due to the absence of official updates, highlighting how social media amplifies both love and fear. This moment underscored the modern reality of public scrutiny, showing how personal crises for public figures are experienced not just locally, but nationally, often intensifying emotional and social pressures. Hidden pressures and exhaustion reports soon surfaced that Pastor Jenkins had been pushing himself relentlessly prior to the collapse. Travel, preaching, meetings, and music commitments had left him exhausted, yet he continued without pause. His dedication to service, while admirable, also revealed the dangers of overextending oneself. Pastors and leaders often hide their fatigue to maintain the perception of strength, a reality that Jenkins's collapse made painfully visible. The incident sparked a broader conversation about the unseen burden on spiritual leaders and the importance of self-care. It reminded the congregation that even the most devoted individuals have limits, and that sustainability in ministry requires attention to health and balance. Signs of hope in the ICU. Despite the severity of his condition, small positive signs emerged. Pastor Jenkins responded with brief movements and moments of awareness, offering hope to his family and medical team. Doctors cautioned that the next 24 hours were critical, emphasizing the precariousness of his recovery. Every small improvement provided emotional relief for loved ones and the congregation. These glimpses of recovery highlighted the importance of patience and faith in the healing process. The ICU became a focal point of collective hope, symbolizing the delicate line between despair and optimism that families experience during serious medical emergencies. Nationwide support and solidarity. As news spread, the gospel community united in prayers and support. Messages poured in from fellow pastors, gospel artists, and even public figures, emphasizing Jenkins' influence and leadership. Vigils outside his church reflected collective faith and compassion, with congregants holding candles, singing, and praying through the night. The incident reminded the nation of his contributions and the deep connections forged through ministry. This public support underscored the broader impact of spiritual leaders, revealing how one individual's health can resonate deeply with a wide audience, creating shared concern, empathy, and solidarity across communities. The conversation on leadership and burden Jenkins's collapse sparked discussions about the pressures of pastoral work. Observers highlighted how leaders are expected to maintain constant strength while navigating personal and professional challenges. Many argued that the incident exposed systemic issues in large ministries, including unrealistic expectations and lack of support. The conversation evolved beyond health, becoming a dialogue about leadership sustainability, the human limits of ministers, and the responsibility of congregations to share the weight of spiritual guidance. This reflection offered lessons about balancing devotion with self-care and encouraged awareness that even spiritual leaders require support and rest. Church leadership and succession planning. In response to the crisis, church elders began discussing temporary replacements and long-term succession strategies. The congregation faced the reality of worship without Pastor Jenkins's voice, a prospect that was emotionally challenging for many. These discussions illustrated the necessity of contingency planning in large ministries and the importance of leadership structures that can adapt during unexpected crises. The focus shifted from immediate panic to long-term sustainability, emphasizing that a ministry's success depends not only on one individual, but also on a collective team capable of stepping in when needed. Reflection on faith and community. Throughout the crisis, the community demonstrated resilience, compassion, and dedication. Prayer chains, vigils, and public messages illustrated how faith can unify and sustain people during uncertain times. At the same time, the situation highlighted human vulnerability and the importance of sharing burdens. The congregation learned that reliance on a single leader, no matter how charismatic, is inherently risky. Pastor Jenkins's collapse became a teaching moment about empathy, care, and shared responsibility in spiritual communities, reinforcing the idea that leadership should be supported and nurtured collectively rather than dependent solely on one individual's endurance. Lessons on human limits. The incident highlighted the broader reality that even the strongest individuals have physical and emotional limits. Pastor Jenkins's dedication and perseverance, while admirable, also revealed the risks of neglecting personal well-being. Leaders in all fields can relate to the pressures of overwork and the expectation to remain unshakable. His story became a reminder that acknowledging limitations is not weakness, but a vital aspect of sustainable leadership. It emphasized the importance of rest, self-care, and realistic expectations to maintain both personal health and professional effectiveness. Legacy and continuing impact. Pastor Jenkins's collapse became more than a personal health crisis. It sparked national conversations about leadership, responsibility, and the unseen challenges faced by spiritual leaders. His courage, dedication, and the community's support highlighted the intersection of faith and humanity. Even as his recovery remained uncertain, the event left a lasting impression on his congregation and the gospel community at large. It served as a call to action for congregations to support their leaders, for leaders to care for themselves, and for society to recognize the human cost behind public service. Jenkins's story will continue to resonate as an example of resilience, faith, and the power of community in times of crisis.